Hello everyone, welcome back to the Legal Explorer. Have you ever seen a small child working in a tea shop or carrying bricks at a construction site and wondered, isn't this illegal? Yes, it is. And to stop this kind of exploitation, India made a very important law, that is the Child and Adolescent Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986. Let's understand this act in a very simple way, as this act is very important for upcoming Assistant Public Prosecutor Exam 2025. So before starting this act, let's discuss some background of this act. So basically before 1986, many children in India were working in factories, hotels and fields, losing their childhood to poverty and labor. People started demanding a strong law to protect these children. So the parliament passed a law in the year 1986, which is called as the Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act. So basically, what is the main aim of this act? Its main aim was to stop the employment of the children in certain jobs and to regulate their working condition in others. But later on, India realized, why should any children work at all? Why? Every child deserves school, not work. So in 2016, the act was amended and it was renamed as the Child and Adolescent Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986. So this was the background of this act. Now we have to understand what is the meaning of child and adolescent. See, what is child? A person, according to this act, a person below 14 years of age is called as child. What about adolescent? Between 14 and 18 years of age is called as adolescent. So under this act, children below 14 cannot work in any occupation, and adolescents 14 to 18 cannot work in hazardous occupations like factories with chemicals, mines of explosive materials. What are the main provisions of this act? What the law says? What is the meaning of prohibition? Prohibition is nothing but no child below 14 can be employed anywhere, not in shops, hotels or factories. However, there is a small exception. What is that exception? A child can help his family in non-hazardous work after school hours or during vacations. Next, what about adolescents? They can work but not in a hazardous processes like mining, chemical manufacturing or explosive work. Next is, what are the working conditions for adolescents? So I'll simplify this, don't get confused. What are the working conditions? They can work only 6 hours a day, including breaks, no night shifts, because can't work between 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. and no overtime. They must get one full day. They must get one full day of holiday every week. And next, what act says next, and what is there in this act? According to the section 4 of this act, notice to inspector. Every employer must inform the labor inspector if they employ an adolescent, giving details like name of the establishment, manager and nature of the work. It is the duty. Now we are discussing the important amendment of this act. 2016 amendment, very important for upcoming APP exam. This amendment made the law much stronger, completely banned child labor under 14, added protection for adolescents 14 to 18 from hazardous work, introduced stricter punishment for employers who break the law. Now what is the punishment? Usually such type of questions come under your prelims. What is the punishment? Employing a child, then imprisonment up to 2 years or fine up to 50,000, and parents are not punished for the first offense. Instead, they should give a counseling and awareness. So this shows that law, what it shows? This shows that law targets the employer, not the poor families. So they have to give a small counseling and warning that you shouldn't do like this. If they do, even after warning, if they do again, then they are punished under this act. Why it matters for APP exam? Why it is important? As a future assistant public prosecutor, you will be responsible for enforcing this law. So you will ensure that, you have to ensure that children are not exploited. Employers who hire them are punished. Every child goes to school. It is your duty to check. Every child should go to school, not to work. This act is connected with Article 24 of the Constitution. What does Article 24 of the Constitution says? No child below 14 shall be employed in any factory or hazardous employment. It also linked with the Right to Education Act 2009. RTE, Right to Education Act 2009 says that it ensures that free and compulsory education for the children below 6 to 14 years. As you are preparing for your APP exam, you need to link the subject and you need to write. Then only it makes your paper from extraordinary to it makes your paper from ordinary to extraordinary. If a question comes from this act, you should mention what does this act says, plus and if this act is interlinked with any subject such as constitution, like example I have given you the constitution article 24 and Right to Information Act. If you write all this, the person who is correcting your paper, they will get an good impression, and your paper from ordinary it goes to extraordinary, and you will crack this exam in your first attempt. Real life impact of this act. How this act has been impacted on the society. After 2016 amendment, many factories and workshops across India were inspected. Thousands of children were rescued and admitted into schools. This law gave us hope that children could dream again, learn again, and live their childhood. Before concluding this video, before ending this video, I want to say that remember, this act is not just a law, it's a promise that no child hand will hold a tool instead of pencils. For your APP exam, remember these key points. This act came in the year 1986, amended in the year 2016. Child is nothing but below 14. Adolescent is nothing but 14 to 18. Prohibition is nothing but total of children. Hazardous only for adolescents. Punishment is up to 2 years. Fine is 50,000. And if you are preparing seriously for your upcoming assistant public prosecutor exam and want the entire syllabus with an expert guidance, join our new batch starting from 21st October. Don't miss this chance to learn very important law in a simple and practical way. For further details and for admission, contact us at the given below number 9550010531. And I am saying you once again, only for the serious aspirants, because we are charging very, very low minimal fees to help the students who are not able to afford the education. Thank you.